Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Wren's Wasteland Camp Reviews / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. And yes, I know West Virginia is not really a Commonwealth. I've been calling it this for so long that it's just going to be the name that it sticks with. I'm sorry if it offends you or you don't understand. In the United States, there are only 5 Commonwealths. West Virginia is not one of them. Virginia is. I typically get the two confused, which is why the two are kind of convoluted. And in the Fallout universe, I'm kind of not sure if West Virginia still exists as West Virginia or if it is still part of Virginia. Or, you know what I mean? If they kind of, because of the way the wars work and everything, I'm not sure what territories are attached to each other anymore. So Commonwealth is what we get. Um, we are starting off today in the ash heap. Over there is a spot that I've been to many times and many people have built at. It is one of the areas where you can get yourself a pet cat that will live there with you and live at that location forever as long as it doesn't get killed. Over this way, you see a place where the turtle monster spawns. We are just outside of Welch right here at Welch Station. Um, I am going to look around and see if I can find a couple camps to check out. Looks like there's a few of them on here. So we're going to go out and check Zany Sentinels Camp because it's the... Well, no, we're not. We're going to go for something a little that's been on here. Let's go to Nardog because my friend Nos likes to say that for some ungodly reason, which I'm hoping it's not a reference to this person, but it could be, knowing Nos, because you never know. But we'll go ahead and check out this camp. It's Nardog 4's camp, which is kind of a weird name, not going to lie. Well, it's festive. It's got a firework pad. How you doing? And looks like they've got a standard build kit from the beginning of the game. A couple of the 100-watt power supplies. 4 doors going in. A few things off of the scoreboard. They've got Beckett as a follower. A vendor here. Traveling merchants are all the rage. Design-wise, it leaves a little bit to, well, to be... I guess it's kind of a... Yeah. So, they have built a camp that is mainly a vendor camp, it looks like. They have areas for displays and things like that that they have not had the opportunity to implement yet or don't have the time in the game to do yet. They have gone through at least this scoreboard thoroughly, and looks like part of the old one, and a couple of the newer items are floating around from the atomic shop. Nothing great as far as vendors goes, nothing too expensive, nothing too extravagant, nothing that's going to break the bank. These things here, though, I would probably give away to someone, to be honest, at a low-level location, just because they just crowd up your inventory, and everybody has these plans at various points. The things to save are the add-ons, like the sensor array or the database or those kind of things. If you want to sell them, those are the things that'll be worth something to someone because they're harder to come by. They don't always drop. So I rate all camps on a scale of 1 to 10. My scale's pretty easy going. You have 1 point if you have a bathroom, which this place doesn't, or an outhouse or anything resembling a bathroom. You have 2 points for all of the prefabs you can use in game. But as I said, I rate camps on a scale of 1 to 10. The rest of it is basically based on creativity, design, functionality, that kind of stuff. This one is built to be a vendor, but it does not really have anything that screams that it's great. It's not bad. On my scale, it's only going to hit about a 4 because there's a lot of work you could do with it and a lot of design choices that could improve it drastically. But 4 is not bad for a basic camp structure. 4 is not great either, but I mean, it could be better. One of the design choices they could have made is to open up their windows. Another choice that they could make is to make it about half the size it is, because the entire upper level is pretty much wasted. The lower level is utilized very well. Like this whole thing down here, it looks pretty dang cool. I mean, and it'll look better once they get their stuff, all worked out. But yeah, it is definitely needing a little bit of work. All right, we'll go over here and we'll check out Cook's Camp. Which every time I think of this, I think of the name of a character from a book, but it's not Cook. It's always Pequay. I always think of Pequay. Which, if you know the reference, go ahead and put it in the comments. Good book, by the way. Alright, so this one here has some stuff from Nuka World on Tour. It has the cabin set. It has the... These are from the vault set, and as soon as you get your personal vault, these should show up in your inventory. This is Cook 2030's camp. We'll just do a quick check here. None of this stuff is really... Whenever I say you could put out one of these, you could put out one of these, and that guarantees you an extra point on your camps whenever I'm reviewing camps like this. Or you could just go ahead and throw out, an outhouse. Again, if you went to both of these camps, you'd have pretty much a complete set of the power armor here, the ultrasight stuff. The price would be right around probably 2,000 caps, because this one's priced at basically what I don't think they changed their prices at all. I think it's just straight up what it is. Except for that one jetpack being lower, which I would have went ahead and made the whole thing probably around 50 caps, so you get the whole set for about 50 to 60 caps. But that's just me. Hello. Location's not bad. And there's your 1-point bathroom. They're missing a stairwell that should be right here. Interesting. Interesting isn't good, by the way. Definitely some odd design choices, and it's a floating camp on top of it, which I've got videos that'll show you how to fix that if you want to, and I've got... What the hell? Oh, I hadn't heard that dialogue before. Purging food of anti-American measurements. That's interesting. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, this one gets a... yeah, this one's a 3. It's not that it's any worse than the other camp, but it is. It just has a bunch of really strange design choices, and the way it's built just makes me kind of question the level of sanity of the person that actually put it together. It's like they've never lived in a house before, and they just started throwing things together because that was the way that they thought the house should be. Interesting. Interesting. Not necessarily good. And we'll go up here to the last one, which will be Zany Sentinels Camp. So today I'm only going to try and do 3 at a crack, because doing 5 and 6 at a crack is not a bad thing necessarily whenever the camps are just like, walk in and there's hardly anything there, but I try and keep it down to 3, and I try and keep the time down to between 5 to 15 minutes. Let's see now. This is at the location where you have a lead deposit and a junk deposit on the far side over here. Let me show you where that is. It's right over here. See? You can actually fit to both. They have gone the route of putting out a turret on top of it on I don't know if I should say this, but the problem with mounting your turrets above a location is they do not always sense things that are below the location. Turrets have a very line of sight-esque development when it comes to their firing patterns. They'll get things that are above, but not necessarily below, if that makes any sense. So think of it as a cone that's angled upward at the end. That's kind of the way the turrets in this game work. This place is a floating camp. Those are from the vault. These are foundations that'll be unlocked as soon as you get your personal vault. The upper section is from the log cabin set. There are 2 different log cabins in the game. There's a log cabin tile set, and there's a log cabin prefab. The prefab is not necessarily that useful, but it is something that is available. So, and all of these sets are available through the Atomic Shop. They are not available in-game as a standard set, just so you know. The only standard sets in the game are the warehouse set, the barn set, the brick set, and the steel set. Anything else came from a scoreboard, and some of those will be available at the different vendors that sell gold items, like Crater and at Foundation, if I recall correctly, or at least they're supposed to be eventually. This again doesn't have any. Zanies doesn't exactly have anything overpriced, but they don't have anything that makes you scream you want to come buy it either. Unless you use plasma weapons like the GAT plasma, then those plasma cores at 10 gold, 10 caps a piece are not bad. They have moved their camp recently, or they haven't put anything on this person, one of the two. And basically this is just one big warehouse for all of their stuff to, what they need to basically operate in the world, which means this is probably just for resource gathering, which is fine. It's a type of camp. But it doesn't have a bathroom, it doesn't have any prefabs down, it doesn't have anything that makes it specifically good either. So I'm going to go ahead and rate this one on my scale of 1 to 10. It's going to be rated at a 3, just like the other one was. Mainly because it's a floating camp like this, and you can build a camp here that is not floating in the air. I have done it. And again, I have a video on the channel in the tutorial section that will show you how to build camps that will help you get your foundations down in a relatively usable manner, no matter what level of grade you're building on. So, something to consider if you haven't watched it yet. But yeah, this has been Ren for Ren's Wasteland Camp Review / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. Sorry, no real dumpster fires today. A couple questionable camps with some questionable choices, but not necessarily totally terrible. Anyway, if you like this stuff, feel free to subscribe. If you are looking for that tutorial, it should be in there. I'm getting ready to start another series on. This is on the PC, by the way. I'm getting ready to start a series where I'm going to be jumping on to the PlayStation and running through that and seeing what I can get as far as camps and whatnot. The character I have on there will have no Atomic Shop items, so I will try and probably at some point do most of my tutorials and build techniques on the PlayStation version because it doesn't have camp items unless it's something that's released through the scoreboard or through unlocking atoms through the general gameplay. But as you can see, currently I have a lot of atomic shop items, and that is not necessarily a good thing for somebody trying to show something to someone else because it clogs up the menus, so to speak. Anyway, have a good day, enjoy the game for what you can, and I will talk to you guys later.